can shoot draw very easily indeed, because I remember yesterday they made a particularly good start. Looking down a bit further, there looks to be another gap a bit further back, but I'm going to run out of time to talk about that because Lottie's clearing the start line very rapidly indeed. The lights go out, and yep, sure enough, that Vincent power machine hooks up beautifully, absolutely flies off the line. You would not think that something powered by a Vincent from the 50s could outpower a ZX9 from the 90s, but that's exactly what Quirk and Reeves have done. I know it's their second race today, so they're a little bit fresher than some of the others, but they're absolutely screamed off the line there. Bradley, what are they doing past you?
Well, yeah, they've got quite a healthy advantage to come past me there. Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves are ahead of Gary Fairhurst and Billy Andrews. And of course, the ZX9 Kawasaki will have a bit more power, to say the least, than the Vincent, but we've got quite a few laps in this one. Make the way through the different towards the other side there. Few changes in position for the minor places there, has to be said. But actually in the lead, the number 4 Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves, a great start so far. The 125 and the 74 come up next. That's Scott Whitaker and Madsen Holroyd ahead of Sean McCain and Neil Scawthorne in the Bears. And I can see Sam Downs and Oscar Holder there just completing the field then as they go towards Park Corner. But yeah, I think the number 9 machine here in the FSRA first of all refrigeration pre-injection sidecars, they've got a little bit more braking power as well, to slightly understate it.
Yeah, no, you're right. I would have thought a nice big fat slick tyre with some very modern braking materials on it is going to most definitely work better than an old Bella's. No offence to the Bella's outfit, but it is still leading as we come across the mountain for the first time. The bigger, newer machinery couldn't find a way past. We're up to the Hall Bends. It is still that Bella's Vincent leading the way. So it just shows the potential of this machine. It really is absolutely flying. We're going to have to wait and see if we can actually lead a lap, or whether the Kawasaki and the ZX9 was definitely not a slow bike on this day, that's for sure. But Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves doing a remarkable job. Here they come, and they're going to get the kudos of leading at least one lap, because surely the Kawasaki's going to gobble them up in a straight line. They do lead across the line, and sure enough, the Kawasaki power machine is alongside the Mac Coppers, and the big sling tyres have got to work a little bit better around the pass corner like Coppers. But fair play to Danny and Sharon. They did a brilliant job there, albeit for a lap, but unfortunately when you've got such a disparity in machinery, you really can't be expected to keep going too long. Fair play to Fairhurst and Andrews there for taking over the lead though, so Gary and Billy, I think the Derbyshire pairing, are probably going to run away with this one at this stage. Next up is Fairhurst and Burns. Now that is the 14 machine, so that means that we've got Jack Fairhurst and Mark Burns aboard that. Then it's the Knight family outfit. I'm assuming it's a family because they've got the same surname. I know that definitely doesn't prove things, but it should be Jeff and Sam there in fourth. What's happening at your end, mate?
But yeah, it's interesting. I was watching the leading two then come by me here. Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves, they're not gaining anything naturally on the straight here, but they don't seem to be losing too much either. If you watch through the chicane here, they're still relatively close there behind the number 9 of Gary Fairhurst and Billy Andrews. I think through the airway as well, the 181 machine Dave Tibbles and Radio dropped the pro out from this race. Leading to then both at the top of the mountain. And second said that Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves, despite the disparity between their bike and the ZX9 powered machine in front, they're keeping them honest.
I don't know how honest they're keeping them, to be perfectly fair. They're doing what they can, but I think that gap, let's have a look at the sector times there. Yeah, the others were about a second, nearly 2 seconds quicker than the first sector, actually. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of honesty in this battle, to be fair, because there goes the newer, bigger, let's face it, more powerful machine over the line. Now nearly 4 seconds in the gap, so they're doing what they can there, but unfortunately now they've got a clear track in front of them. Looks like the Gary and Billy show are going to run away with this one, because they're around about 4 seconds quicker than their main rivals there. Fairhurst and Burns over the line there in third place. Gilroy and Oldroyd moved up another place to come across the line in fourth. And it looks like the Knight family outfit are dropping down. And yeah, they've lost 4 places there actually. They're down to 8th from 4th. So they must have had a bit of a wobble somewhere around the circuit, because quite a few people went past. We're good to see the 16 machine of Derek Sullett and Zach Andrews still circulating after the issues they had yesterday. McVeigh and Rooney, they're in 7th place. Then we've got Noble and Cager in 9th. Bannister and Porter in round 8 in top 10 at this stage. So a mixture of F1s and F2s. The Quirk Reeves machine does list as an F2 machine. The first F2 machine is that number 56 of Red Gilroy and Taylor Oldroyd. So that's where the order's at. The Formula Ones are very dominant, controlling for the top 5 places here as the Bears make their way across the line. It's Whitcomb and Holroyd, unsurprisingly, out in front here again, and Smallthorne third is Kemp and Austin on the Guzzi powered. No change there from yesterday's finishing table for all of those particular machines. Just looking for the leader now, and already they're coming down the end here onto the short tube between Barn and Corner. Well, they call the head as but it's certainly a tight corner for the leaders to come out. Last time round, as I said, the first flying lap time, of course, a 46.786, untroubled at this stage. It's a 48.146. Then was able to go over the shoulder and realise that that little Vincent power machine behind them is unable to keep up this time. It's like 50.286. That's Burgundy is definitely not rolling out of this one, mate. That was their personal best and fastest lap so far. So they're definitely hanging in there. We're just going to see what everybody else is doing. Hurst and Burns go a little bit quicker than they did the previous lap. Gilroy and Oldroyd don't go any quicker, but stay exactly where they are. A little bit of a change there as McVeigh and Rooney go past on the Sala and Andrews machine there. So it's a change just for track position because they're both in different classes. In fact, Sala and Andrews are looking to pick up second place in the F2s. 1.6 seconds behind them is the Noble Cager machine. That's the third place of the F2. So it feels rapidly spreading out around the place. I think the main battle we've really got there is actually that second in the F2s, which is just going past you now, Bradley. Yeah, I think that could be Bryn Rooney, unfortunately, because it doesn't look like the 11 has tripped the machine. I think Kieran McVeigh is still attached to the machine, but it hasn't tripped the timing beam. I think quite quickly Kieran realised he'd lost a passenger because the machine gets a bit light and she head down particularly into a left hand. He definitely noticed she hadn't got somebody on board. So that's a great shame because that's going to drop them out of a good position there. But unfortunately, that's racing. And just watching the leaders come across the line there, no changes at the top end, and it should be McVeigh and Rooney who are going to come across the line next, but unfortunately it's not. It's going to be Sala and Andrews as they drop down, lose a couple of places. Noble and Cage is still behind them. 3/4 tenths of a second almost between that battle for second in the F2s. So again, as I say, that could be the one to watch. They're just coming around to Charlie's 1. They'll be going down the hill out of Charlie's 2 in just a moment. And that's a scrap for the minor placings there, my friend.
Don't see the number 14 machines making their way down to Jack Fairhurst and Mark Bones. Of course, the number 14 machine there, in fact, was Mark was the F1 pre-injection champion 2 years ago there. Currently around that's the black and orange machine, the MRB fencing supported. That's Mark Bones' own fencing business on there in Doncaster. There out of the chicane in towards the bottom of the mountain now as the number 4 machine comes back and bringing up the rear of the pre-injection sidecar. That's David Williams from Lowell. Steve Campbell and the Austin there. Number 2 Guzzi Howard, number 2 sidecar through the dip down the park straight. Race leaders there. What's the gap now between the first and second there?
Gap between first and second is out to 10.5 seconds, mate. So that's definitely not something you're going to down there. Fairhurst and Andrews, Gary and Billy, they're still going quicker than anybody else on the circuit. Their last circulation was a 150.6, which is a long way from the 46.7 they did on lap 2. But nonetheless, it's still at least a second and a half themselves at this stage. Get a PB there in that particular lap. While Fairhurst and Burns there in third place. They're just obviously enjoying a bit of a clear track there because they're 11 seconds behind Quirk and Rees, but 9.5 seconds ahead of Gilroy and Oldroyd. Martin Ranson next across the line there. There goes Sala and Andrews. It's vaguely a golf-coloured machine, but Noble and Cage have found their way past on that lap, so that must have been a wobble actually for that number 16 machine, because they did a 2-minute 0.8 second lap, which was 3 seconds slower than their rivals there. That's the sort of time they lost to them on that lap, so that means that there's actually a change of place. So instead of a silver medal to take home, could well be they'll get a bronze one if they can hang on to it for the next 3 laps. Versus the Bears, Whittaker and Holroyd now make their way into the top 10 as they pass Saville and Walcott and take advantage of some of the retirements we've had as well.
Just a quick one there, Keith. Sorry, we do have the other flags up there at Chris Cove. I think we do have a mechanical retirement for that particular route there. Can't quite see it from this vantage point, at least, which is behind the barrier there, but we do have a retirement up there at Chris Cove, I'm afraid.
I think that could be the 156 machine of Tyrrell and Thomas, unfortunately, because they haven't tripped the timing beam down here at the chicane there. So it looks like Janet and Joanne, the all-female outfit, unfortunately not finishing this race after ending them off the podium yesterday, I seem to recall. I seem to remember them coming up to collect a trophy from me last night. That's a great shame for the ladies. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, and we'll be seeing them back in action this afternoon. As 2 laps to go, Fairhurst and Andrews. I heard the distinctive machine of Danny Quirk over the line there, rumbling away. Yeah, a little bit quicker than the leaders that time round for the first time in a while. But unfortunately, 0.2 per second quicker when you're 10 seconds behind. It's going to take a long time to make that particular gap up. So field spread pretty much around the circuit now. Let's see how that battle for second in the F2s between Noble and Cager and Sala and Andrews is getting on very shortly. Let's see if number 16 outfit has been able to find any time at all. Derek Sala, after that little bit of a mistake, and there he goes across the line. The gap is, no, it's going out at 6 seconds, another 2-minute even lap, and in fact PB lap that time between for Noble and Cager, so they're escaping while the others are going a bit slower. So I think that's one that's pretty much settled as well. F1 battle. F1's we're going to have a battle for the lead, or indeed the third place there, and same pretty much across the field. No great scraps going at all. The closest one possibly is between a Bears and an F2 outfit, and if the Bears has gone past the F2 outfit, that's going to be a very brief battle, because the Bears in theory are a little bit slower than the more recent pre-injection machines. Whittaker and Holroyd 2.5 seconds behind their next scout, Knights and Knights. They went about 5 seconds quicker, so it looks like Whittaker and Holroyd could be finding themselves up into 9th place if they can keep up the pace they're doing at the moment, as the last lap flag now goes out. First of all, it's Gary Fairhurst and Billy Andrews. Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves collect it next. There goes the number 14 machine of Jack Fairhurst and Mark Burns to claim their place, and they're Yamaha powered. We also it's an F1, so pre-injection of Geffen in some sort of FSRA 1000 engine. Maury and carburetors, please, need a set. Gilroy and Oldroyd, the one owned. That's Red and Taylor, the Colville-based pairing on their Thundercat outfit. Still lead the way in the F2s. 600 Yamaha, the precursor to the R6, which of course is such a popular engine in sidecars at the moment, but losing popularity very rapidly as you walk around the paddock on Friday, particularly with people like Luke Williams, who is on his 3rd one of the weekend. Noble and Cager come across the line with 1 lap to go, 8 seconds ahead of Sala and Andrews. Waiting for that Bears machine to come and join us very shortly, looking for the 1-2-5 outfit of Scott Whittaker and Madison Holroyd. Grimsby pairing, so local guys, here we come. There's a couple of outfits ahead of them still, so they haven't quite moved into the top 10 as Bannister and Porter leading Knights and Knights, and then Whittaker and Holroyd. So actually there's a bit of a battle there. It is for 4th place in the F2s between Bannister and Porter and Knights and Knight. They're now looking like back markers to that very rapid machine is going about a second and a half quicker than that time Whittaker and Holroyd. So have a look at that one as it comes on a Charlie's turn down towards you, Bradley.
Yeah, they're coming by me now. It's getting a little bit closer there, isn't it? You're absolutely right. There goes 9 and 9, and they've got room. There's definitely towards the other side down there. This is the last lap, of course, isn't it?
Sorry, mate, microphone problems. No, not anymore. It's the last lap. It's now the end of the race. It's the last lap for those guys.
So yeah, here comes the number 9 machine. Then Gary Fairhurst and Billy Andrews just going around to celebrate another victory then for those guys. Machine as well, waving to the crowd. Great stuff there for Sean McCain. That battle then making the way down from the gooseneck coming in towards Mansfield then for the final time. It's getting very, very close indeed between the white and blue machine and the pink, blue and the yellow outfit as well. Through Mansfield and on towards chicane. Then not too many overtaking opportunities left around this Cadwell Park circuit as we go through the chicane and through towards the bottom of the mountain. And it's going to be a very tight squeeze if they are going to make one, but that gap looks a little bit of a bridge too far.
Yeah, I think that maybe our leading Bears outfitters thought, you know what, we've got a huge lead over the next of the Bears outfits. We don't need to punch our way past these guys. They're probably having their own private battle, so they're kind of respecting that battle for fourth place in the F2s. As Caja and Noble coming across the line to claim second of the F2, Suller and Andrews taking third. But fourth place, well, it's bragging rights, and of course, there's points in the championship. As the outfit of Downs and Osterholtz comes across the line, and here come the remaining F2 outfits, and of course the winner of the Bears portion, and it is Bannister and Porter. Sorry, Knights and Knights who go past on Bannister and Porter. Whittaker and Holroyd do indeed hang on to that top 10 and take the position. All right, Bradley.